our office, our focus is always patient education. Our motto is an educated patient is a healthy patient. One of my biggest things is I do enjoy teaching, so we do take quite a bit of time to go over things with patients. The hope is always that by the time you leave, you have a better understanding of what's going on with your eyes and what you need to do to make sure everything's healthy. At the end of the day, it's not myself or my staff that makes your eyes and maintain it and maintain its health. It's you yourself on a daily basis. So I want to go over a couple of, I guess, a few ocular emergency. In general, we do have patients coming in from different areas, like when they're vacationing at Anaheim, Disneyland, and so forth. They have ocular emergency. They come in. So can I go over a few things with you? You guys have kids and grandkids and so forth. Biggest thing, of course, is if you have any foreign object. I had a patient who was at the archery competition, got shot. Luckily, it was on the side of the eye. So keep in mind, if you do have anything dislodged in your eye, do not take it out. People keep saying, if it doesn't belong there, remove it. That's not the case with the eye. If you do have things dislodged, leave it in there, go to the emergency room, they'll take it out. Because if you pull it out, everything else that was inside the eye, keep in mind the eye is a globe, is an object, right? It's a round object. If you pull whatever that is that was stuck in it, it will deflate the eye. Everything that's inside will come out. Okay, so keep it in there, go to the emergency room, and they will actually remove it for you. Okay. Other thing is, if you have any acidic or basic stuff that can get into the eye, stuff like vinegar, your detergent stuff, any kind of cleaning product, if that does get in the eye, make sure you rinse it out. And when I say rinse, put your head underneath the sink and run the water as much as you can for at least 15-30 minutes. You want to run it as long as you can until the pain, until the pain subsides. Now, the question is this: if you get it in the right eye, are you running it this way or this way? Okay.
This way. This way.
If it's in the right eye, make sure the right eye is down. Okay, you don't want it running into the other eye. Now you got both eyes problematic. Okay? I know you're laughing, but of every 10 patients that comes in, about half of them damage the other eyes as well. So kind of keep that in mind, especially with kids and so forth. If anything gets in their eye, rinse it out. Now rinse it out as best you can to make sure that it dilutes it. So especially like detergent or any kind of cleaning product. Those things are very basic. Not like what Dr. Michael Valentine just said. Don't just splash water. Push the head, just put the head underneath the sink and just run the water. They're not gonna like it, they're not gonna enjoy it, but you're gonna save the eye, you're gonna save the vision by doing that, okay? At least 15, 20, 30 minutes, as long as you can until the child stops crying, because the pain is what is important. If you can subside the pain and dilute the solution, that's what will make a difference when they go to the ER, okay? So at the end of the day, ocular emergency, you end up in the emergency room, not in my office, please. I've had patients call me up at 2 o'clock in the morning, Dr. Tran, I got this thing stuck in my eye. It's like, okay. Call 911, go to the emergency room. If they need me, let them know, they'll call me. Usually when you're at the emergency room, they'll call the ophthalmologist that's on call. That's what their job is to do. They'll come in and they'll make sure everything's okay. Other stuff, you're always welcome to call the office. It's always linked to my cell phone, so I can always answer, and I usually triage. But very rarely do I actually have to go in for ocular emergency. Let me see what just, think of it this way. If it's like a burn, cool water. If it's something else, usually warm to lukewarm or cool water would be fine. Now, do not use hot water. So just kind of cool to lukewarm is fine. The other thing that's important is this. You guys know an NBA player by the name of Maury Stoudemire? He used to play for the Phoenix Suns, he plays for the New York Knicks now. He was sidelined for a whole year because he had what's called a retinal detachment. So every one of you who cannot see distance, you have what's called nearsighted myopia. And the cause of that is an elongation of the eye, meaning your eyeball is too long, in which case everything internally is too thin. If you ever get hit in the eye, in the head, any kind of injury, trauma, car accident, your retina, your tissue internally can rupture and damage much easier. That's what happened to him. He had a retinal detachment. The team doctor was able to recognize that, had surgery, he's okay. So the most important thing is if you get any kind of trauma to the head or the eye, if you start seeing flashes of light or any black spot floaters going by, go to the emergency room. Don't wait. If you wait, by the time they do surgery, it's too late. So the things that I'm talking to you about is ocular emergencies. Those are true emergency. If it happened, get it looked at before it's too late. Pain is the most important thing. If you have pain, get it addressed. Eye infections, when you have pink eyes, so forth, and things of that nature. There are signs of eye infection. Pain, light sensitivity. When you're outside, you want to just close the eye. Another major thing is discharges. When you wake up in the morning and you can't open up your eyes or stuff coming out of the eye, those are bad stuff. Okay. They are infectious. If it starts in the right eye, do not touch the right eye and touch the other. Okay? It's easier to treat one eye versus both eyes. Okay. Any questions? Yes.
This is not a question, it's just a testimonial. I had a friend that she used the eye contact solution, and it went to her eye, and her eye was burning, she couldn't see out of it. And I said, get in the car because there's only one place to go. And I took her over to Dr. Tran's office, and what he did in there probably saved the vision in her eye. But when she left, everything was fine, and she could see, and he gave her the right medication. And, it's really, really important if you have an ocular incident that you act fast. Thank you, Dr. Tran.
Thank you. That's the thing with solutions, contact lens solutions, there are two types. There's one that you can use on a daily basis to call multi-purpose. There's another one that's hydrogen peroxide. Those are the ones with the red tips. Unfortunately, if you put that or anything, if you use that on your contact lenses and you put the contact lenses in, you will regret that. It is one of the most painful things you can experience, even more painful as I hear than childbirth.
Oh no, don't say that.
I said I hear.
I was gonna say,
So, if that does happen, like I said, dilute that solution, just basically, so run your hand under the water as long as you can, then go get that looked at.
What is wrong with a person with eyes that tear excessively when you're outside with the sun? Or like you're trying to get a picture, and someone says, and then they just start tearing really bad.
Those are usually light sensitivity. If you didn't hear the question, why is it that your eyes tear, especially when you're outside? Those are light sensitivity and dry eyes. Just like if you're reading a book or you're on a computer, you do a lot of concentrated work, you don't blink enough, your eyes will dry up. Funny thing is, if your eyes dry up, the brain says, if we allow it to dry, we're going to lose the vision because it's going to damage the eye. So the brain automatically, it's kind of like a reflex mechanism. Like if you touch fire, you put your hand back right away. Same thing. The brain will start producing more tears so that way the eyes don't dry over. When you're outside, light sensitivity, things of that nature, wind, dust and so forth, dry up the eye. The eyes will start producing more tears. Jim?
The volleyball player,
Yes.
I'm not sure which one. Anyway, it doesn't matter. She had pink eye. Carrie did, yeah. And they were too concerned that she'd even hug her partner, but she could transmit it. What is that?
Eye infection, as I mentioned earlier, they're very contagious. They're usually different type. If it's itching, that means it's allergies. So those are not contagious. If it's bacterial, in the morning the discharge will be yellow, gooey. If it's viral, the discharge will be white, but it's very stringy. So depending on what kind of discharge she's had out of the eye, I guess, kind of like when you get sick, you cough that stuff up, yellow gooey, that's usually bacterial infection. I know it's breakfast, but it is very contagious. So if anyone comes in close contact where, the concern is if she hugs her partner or shake the hand and the partner doesn't wash the hand before she touches her own eye or anywhere near her face, then she'll get it. And so that's why if you have a child or grandkids, if they have a pink eye or an eye infection, they're supposed to stay home for that reason. Otherwise, the entire class will have it because kids like to touch each other.
I think Kathy DePerry got a question.
it's already on.
Okay.
Thank you very much for your time.